Shields up, Iron Breakers. Today we're going to be talking about No Man's Sky. Now, if you actually watched yesterday's episode of Khan's Anvil, you'll be aware of the fact that Sean Murray was basically memeing on the internet, as he tends to do. And for those of you who are not familiar with who Sean Murray is, he is one of the principal people behind LO Games, who are the people that developed No Man's Sky. So basically, he's been tweeting like a maniac all of these memes on the internet. And eventually, today, everything came to a head where he started talking about, Light No Fire is crazy ambitious, and No Man's Sky updates continue at a rapid speed. He talks about some of the recent updates to No Man's Sky, which, by the way, might I just say that No Man's Sky might be one of the games that gives you the most bang for your buck that's been released in the last decade, because they've just been giving away so much content. It's actually absolutely insane. And I actually really enjoyed the game as well. You guys might have seen me stream it a couple of times. I know that I don't do it very often, but I might actually boot up a stream for this update because it's absolutely insane. So in here he says, last 6 months have been very busy for us. We announced Light No Fire, which, by the way, that's another game that I'm very interested in. And we released 3 major updates already this year. That's a lot for a small team. And then he just goes on and says, World's Deep Dive. He goes, Universe Refresh, Bug Hunt Expedition, New Creatures, Discovery Renaming, Water Visuals, Combat Mech, Varied Skies, Water Landings, Solar Ship Crafting, Atmospherics, Dynamic Waves, Cloud Visuals, Water Variety, Wind, Bug Queen, and New Biomes. Which, as you can imagine, this is a pretty friggin' beefy update. And by the way, this is only No Man's Sky Worlds Part 1. Because they plan on updating this even further. And they go, they give you a couple of more things in here. It's pretty much the same stuff that he said earlier. But they've also, and again, just posting memes. It's free update time. No, Sean, I have money. But, they actually did a deep dive on this, and I figured I'd watch it here with you guys. Let me just go ahead. Yep, this is set to 1440p because 4K chugs on this computer every now and then. So let's go ahead and check out what this update is all about. So for starters, I really dig this ship right here because I know that I think this was the ship that you unlock in the last expedition, which was Adrift, which I wasn't really able to get into. And I really want to jump into No Man's Sky some more. The game is so much fun.
With every update, we just want to surprise. New worlds.
Like, I'm pretty sure that this is all new stuff, like these types of, because for those of you who don't know, the planets in No Man's Sky are procedurally generated, and I'm pretty sure that these types of assets were not generated before. Feel free to correct me if you're like a No Man's Sky veteran, but this stuff looks really cool. Like, in a lot of ways, some of the footage that we're going to be seeing in this video almost feels like a brand new game. It's absolutely insane.
New gameplay.
It's a little bit on the loud side here. That's a really big, beefy insect.
New technology. We're 8 years in now, and we still just want to do really big things.
I thought we were like 10 years in. This space station looks nice. This crazy-ass mantis flower-looking creature. See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know if you had biomes kind of like this.
Our next update is called Worlds Part 1. I'm so proud of the team and the love they're pouring into it. We are completely refreshing the universe with new technology, new flora, new fauna.
Dude, look at this. Refreshing the whole universe. This might just be the excuse that I needed to restart the game on PC, because I have a pretty lengthy save on PS5, but I've been looking for an excuse to jump into the PC version. This might be what gets me to jump in.
And
start fresh.
In No Man's Sky, what you see on screen is generated by the computer. And we're achieving
Look at these biomes.
A level of variety that just wasn't possible before. When we started No Man's Sky, I wanted people to feel like they had stepped into the cover of a science fiction novel.
Bro, did you guys see that one? Wait, go
Fiction
back.
novel.
Dude. I love bioluminescence. I'm a sucker for that.
That to create a lot of new technology. New water technology can create waves and reflections, oceans. Look so different to what we had before. Ocean planets feel completely new, and ships can now land on water.
Hydro ships? Or can any ship do it?
6 months ago, we announced Light No Fire. It's this crazy, ambitious game, and
It's got
we've been
bunny
working on it
wabbits.
for years, and we've learned so many things, and it feels like we're almost bringing this technology back from the future.
So basically, this is technology that they're applying in Light No Fire, and they're like, hey, now that we figured out how to do this in Light No Fire, we can just apply this en masse to No Man's Sky. That's actually friggin' brilliant, because basically, they're bringing... They've been, in a way, they've been developing the game Light No Fire, but that technology can be re-implemented into their main game right now. That's actually friggin' well done.
Planets have wind patterns, waves are dynamic, and they react to the weather.
I'll be very curious to see if this actually works like this in-game, because sometimes...
My favorite thing in the game might just be flying through the clouds.
Not to mention that there's this part
They
in the
react
video
to the
where,
weather.
look at this, where the wave comes over him and the character doesn't even react.
My favorite
I feel
thing
like you guys need to add some physics to the character getting hit by the wave. I'm not saying like drag him, even though if the wave's strong enough, it should just like drag him like the impact, maybe even deal a little bit of damage.
the game might just be flying through the clouds and out into space.
They've also added some new ships since I
Clouds
last
for
played
us
that
are
look
a
like
unique
Wipeout.
challenge, right? You can see them from space. You can fly through them. You know, you can land on a planet and look up at the sky.
This looks like a friggin' new game.
You get these beautiful skies now with just tons of variety. Sometimes a storm hits and, you know, the waves rise, the clouds gather. You've got the atmospherics, the wind, all this technology comes together all at once, and there's nothing like it. On the surface of the planet, we've added these new volumetrics. And you get rolling fog, rain, blizzards, little sparks coming up from the lava. It changes how planets feel, you know? It just makes them feel alive. Across these new biomes, we've added new creatures for you to discover. We're really trying to push on the level of variety. It's not enough for us to just do more, you know, we want to create things that people haven't seen before. Expeditions have become a huge part of how folks play the game. And this new one is very sort of Starship Troopers inspired.
Oh,
It's
what the
something
hell?
really different.
Starship Troopers? Let's go. I have to do the next expedition.
It takes you on a tour of some of these cool new planets that we've added. Everyone is battling together, progress is community driven, and the rewards are super cool. Something I love is to browse the screenshots that people share with us. I can't wait for people to explore this universe we've made with fresh eyes.
This looks pretty cool.
The update is called Worlds Part 1 because I guess there's much more to come.
Worlds Part 1, huh? So they also have a couple of more details on this update in their website, so I figured I'd check that out. No Man's Sky Worlds Part 1, introducing update 5.0. It transforms the universe into a richer, wilder, more varied, and immersive place, featuring huge leaps in water and cloud visuals, increased planet diversity, new gameplay features, and more. Our journey continues. Here's an interesting thing about No Man's Sky. I've played it for God knows how many hours. I've never actually finished it, because I know you're supposed to go to the center of the galaxy and probably something happens there. I still don't know exactly what that is. I've never done it. Because you always get like sidetracked doing this stuff. Big Hunt Expedition, the Liquidators engage in a galactic bug hunt. In No Man's Sky 14th Community Expedition, a vile brood is spreading corruption across the universe. Join the Liquidator Vanguard to do your part and purge the rot from the stars. I hope that they also change like some of the basic flow that you get at the beginning of the game, because a lot of times the game wants you to do stuff and I'm like, I don't really want to do those things. I hope that's something that they've considered, but we'll see. Report for duty alongside of other travelers, liquidate biological horrors, hosts of giant insects, and a high-paced combat expedition full of custom balanced swarm combat. An exclusive selection of rewards await those who do their part in the war on bugs, including mounted bug trophies, new posters, and a complete set of organic armor parts forged from the bodies of the brood themselves. Discovery renaming, so you can now rename stuff that you discover at any time, even after you upload. Dramatic new worlds. Planets across the universe have been transformed in wild and radical ways. Gravitational distortions have warped some lush and tropical worlds, shaking loose floating islands that now drift in the atmosphere above the planet's surface, hop from rock to rock with the jetpack or starship, build bases in the sky, or simply marvel at dramatic waterfalls that cascade down from the sky. So like the floating islands of Pandora in Avatar. New volumetric clouds. Total overhaul of the clouds brings vastly increased detail and definition. The cloud system has been rewritten from the ground up to improve performance, fix visual artifacts, and introduce fine details such as wispy cirrus clouds and dark rain leaden nimbus clouds. In addition, cloud coverage variety has been boosted, varying significantly from planet to planet, as well as over time and in response to local weather conditions. See, this is the ship I was talking about. It looks like a freaking wipeout ship. I want to get one of those. Customized solar ships, Starship Fabricator. That's another thing that they've added in the previous update. You can now like customize ships and whatnot. Supports the crafting of solar class starships. Select and combine a vast array of unique components for cockpits, fuselages, wings, and sails to design your dream solar starship. Detailed shadows. Shadows have new depth and realism. Planetary environments are now more richly lit with natural features, structures, starships, and travelers accurately self-shadowing and representing exposure to sunlight, especially noticeable on finely detailed flora such as grass. Additionally, shadows cast by clouds no calculated in relation to the sun's position. Oh yeah, you can see the added shadows that you are getting with this, which does give the world quite a bit more detail. It's insane how many more free updates is this game going to get. High definition water, an astounding range of sights await explorers on water planets, seas, oceans, and lakes now ripple and sparkle with realistic wave formations and foam generation. Can we surf? That needs to be the next thing that they do. Okay, now we've also added surfboards and you can now surf. As well as these living dynamic water conditions, a total overhaul of the water rendering technology also brings dramatic reflections and beautifully lit surface details. Bro, is this going to explode people's PCs now? Because the interesting thing is I just downloaded the game. It's still only 18 gigs. It's like, what? Discover strange new creatures all across the universe, bizarre floral hybrids stalk some planets, exploring their environments with stamen-like whiskers and petal-like faces. Full wind simulation. Like, look at this! This is insane. It looks like a brand new game. The wind system has been reworked to bring planets to life, dynamic consistent weather, Leaves and grass rustle in gentle wind while whole trees rock and sway during storms. Smoke effects, billowing dust clouds, rain, snow, and other environmental effects all go through the same wind system for an immersive and consistent exploration experience. Dynamic water. Bodies of water respond to the weather, ranging from glassy lakes to turbulent oceans, depending on the stillness of the breeze and the depth of the water. Violent storms can generate dramatically choppy seas and huge ocean swells. I still feel like the moment where the character gets hit here, there should be some type of physics, but they cut away really fast. Also, this ship looks friggin' awesome. I like that ship a lot. Liquidator combat mech, carved through the toughest enemies in a new heavy-duty mech suit. All those do their part in the Liquidator's expedition will unlock these new combat-focused components for the Minotaur. This expedition stuff is one of the things that I feel they don't realize, but this is keeping a lot of potential new players out of the game. Because, like, for instance, one of the things that is usually a turnoff whenever I feel like, oh, I want to get back into No Man's Sky, you get that FOMO of like, oh man, but what about all those expeditions that I've lost? Or in my case, a lot of the expeditions that I've actually done and whose rewards I've lost, I don't even remember exactly why, but I remember definitely doing the one where you get the ship from Mass Effect. I don't have it anymore. I don't know what happened. So it's like, it would be really cool to have a more convenient way of just doing those things again and, you know, being able to just collect those rewards. But I don't know how that stuff works. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe some No Man's Sky veterans can correct me on something that I'm saying wrong. But yeah, Sub-Zero worlds, frozen worlds have been transformed via isolated trees and glittering glacial rocks. New planet surfaces as well as a significant number of new flora and mineral formations bring new diversity to Sub-Zero planets. This image in particular looks really cool. The one here at the bottom, this looks nice. There's a lot more density to everything, I feel, as well. Because I remember going through planets, you do see some stuff, but I feel like it's more densely packed now. Desert diversity, biodiversity of sun-swept planets has been expanded with large feather-fronded palms adorning the horizon of some worlds. Sky colors step deeper into a 1970s science fiction palette with a range of new sky colors, including some especially rare hues for dedicated explorers to discover. This is another really good one. Insect armor set. Oh, I don't want that. Complete the Liquidator's expedition to earn a full body set of organic armor. Ugh. Embrace the aesthetic of the vile brood or flaunt the evidence of their undoing with chitinous gauntlets, spurs, mandibles, and exoskeleton. Good lord, don't want that. Engine enhancements. Many underlying systems have been reworked for improved visuals and increased performance. Rendering of environmental objects such as trees, rocks, and grass have been moved to a GPU-based system, allowing for denser worlds with increased performance. Planetary flora, minerals, and curiosities have improved levels of detail from further distances and a broader range of angles. Terrain generation has been rewritten to incorporate dual marching cubes, voxel meshing, increasing loading speed, improving frame rate, and saving memory. New interaction labels. Labels for interactive and destructive objects in the universe have been restyled and made more responsive, providing critical information without obscuring the view. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. Beetle diversity. A wide variety of new insect-like creatures can now be discovered scuttling across the universe. While some of these insect aliens are hostile, many species are gentle, peaceful beings. Study their natural patterns, harvest their nourishing slime, or adopt them as companions. No, they're insects. I crushed them beneath my boot. Dramatic storms. Exploring a planet during a blizzard thunderstorm is more... Dude, look at this. Exploring a planet during a blizzard thunderstorm more exhilarating than ever. New ambient effects and atmospheric fog combined with wind-responsive particle effects to create dramatic storms that sweep across the planet's surface. And then there's Twitch drops. Walker battles are now framed by a detailed combat UI, including the combat HUD, indicating the targetable vulnerabilities of these elite Sentinel units. Chitin flight pack. Oh, it looks like... Oh, no! That's nasty. New jetpack is available to claim from the Liquidator's expedition. Fusion of advanced technology and resinous organic secretions. The Chitin flight pack represents the apex of bioorganic engineering. Ugh. Watercolor variety. Discover oceans in a huge range of vibrant colors, from iron-rich red seas to algae-dense pools of green. Committed explorers may find some especially unusual colors on rare planets. Strange nutrients, brew, bake, churn, and fry more than 40 of the new nutrient processor recipes from the flesh and larvae of alien insects to impress other travelers. Iteration Kronos with expertly baked mucal donuts. Oh my god, dude, no. Seeping pies and juicy thoraxes. It's disgusting. Bro, this ship looks really cool too. I like it a lot. Living buildings. Very rarely in sectors where anomaly feel the strongest, planetary buildings have evolved legs and transformed themselves into sentient constructs that roam across the landscape. What? You get to go inside these? Aquatic landing jets. New technology allows starships to land directly on the surface of water, enable travelers to dive directly into the sea from the nose of their ships. Good. Starships can also be summoned into the water for a quick escape from the middle of the ocean. Skylight base parts, bringing the view of the stars, your base. Okay, so this is like for the building stuff. I don't really do much building. I much prefer flying and exploring than staying in one place and building a ton of stuff. Planetary atmospheric effects are deeper, richer, and more varied, with thick snowfall, flakes of ash and ember, heavy rain, whirls of dust, and storm crystals, all visually enhanced. Vile insect queens, a vile brood of insects has begun infesting planets across the universe. Find and destroy their grubs, then confront the heart of the hostile swarm, their huge, hideous brood mothers. These colossal, lumbering bugs are heavily armored and will challenge even the most experienced exterminators with devastating spit attacks. Quality of life. Significant number of quality of life features have been improved throughout the game. Docking tractor beam at space stations and freighters is now smoother. Reloading can be interrupted to quickly cycle weapon modes. Refiners can now be quick filled with an entire stack of items. Core technology can be instantly repaired from the quick menu. The range of analysis visors target sweep has been dramatically improved, and much, much more. New gestures as well. Spectacular underwater bases. DLSS 3. Vile Brood Nexus mission. The observers aboard the space anomaly regret the spread of the vile brood across the universe, their queens and grubs disturbing the delicate balance of local ecosystems. They request that travelers band together to cull these invasive species and restore balance to nature. Group up with friends or strangers at the Nexus to sign up for this new mission. So there's a new mission type. Noxious worlds, venture into totally unexplored toxic climates. These new worlds have horizons alive and alluring, but poisonous flora, while the ground beneath your feet bubbles and oozes with living slime. Colossal insect trophies for your house, for your base. Hungering tendril encounters. Test your skills against pumped up hungering tendrils, or many mouths crave the soft flesh of travelers. Will now spit acidic projectiles when fighting at range. Your progress in these challenging fights is now tracked via a detailed combat HUD. There's massive quality of life. Twisted forests and new radioactive environments, radiated planets are more colorful and diverse than ever, but remain a deadly exploration challenge without the appropriate protective gear. Insectoid headwear. The Minotaur flamethrower. I believe that this is something that you need to get from the expedition. Burnt worlds. Scorched landscapes have been transformed with a wealth of new diverse fiery flora, superheated crystals, and ash-dusted atmospheres, and more. Night sky variety. Nights are more varied than ever. Bro, this is just a new game at this point. It's just straight up a new game. It's absolutely insane. What do you guys think about this? I think that this is going to get me to jump back into the game on PC, boot up a fresh save. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.